And bringing her to the stage. Thank you so much. And it's Trisha. Is it Miller?
Yes.
Trisha Miller.
Sure.
Welcome to our stage, Trisha Miller. Yes, we want to have this on. Are we going to be on the team page, right?
Facebook.
Facebook team page. All right. And so, Trisha, as you come to the stage, we are thrilled to have you here tonight. Now, this is a power hour, and we're going to hear about the boys and the girls on the run. It's Boys and Girls Club, slides right off my tongue. And that's a great organization as well. We absolutely have loved that for years. We've been with the Boys and Girls. Tupperware's just changing it up, and I'm excited about that because it's certainly something different. We are primarily a women's company, and so helping these young girls come up confident is really kind of passionate for so many of us. And boys get raised confident so often, where girls have a tendency, if you saw that video, wow, did that hit home about how often we do what we're told to do and not what we are choosing to do or what we believe. And so I love this program. I love what it stands for, and we're excited to hear from you tonight. And so thank you guys so much for being here. We're going to have the appetizers out for you and their brews. And we're taking a break after her presentation. We'll have answers and questions and so forth, but we'll take a break again and come back into our regular sales meeting, which you're getting fundraising training tonight. So if you haven't had fundraising training, you are going to love it from both Loretta and Gina. And so I think that you are in for a great evening of learning and excitement. Thank you.
Thank you. Is it working?
Yes,
I've never
it
worn a
is.
headset like this. Pretty important right now.
She told me she's channeling her
My inner J-Lo.
J-Lo. Yes, I'm sorry. What did she say? Okay, pull that towards your mouth, though.
Towards my
A
mouth.
little closer to your mouth, okay?
How's that?
There you go.
Okay. I didn't want to make it look like I was eating it. All right. So I'm Trisha. I am the Community Outreach and Volunteer Coordinator for Girls on the Run Northeast Ohio. How many of you have heard of Girls on the Run prior to the announcement of the partnership with Tupperware? Perfect. Yeah, because Lori's in the crowd, right?
Go Stowe.
That's right. Yay, so. All right, so Girls on the Run is actually an international program. It started in 1996 in Charlotte, North Carolina by a woman named Molly Barker, who had she just had some struggles, and she realized that perhaps if she had a little more help and a little more guidance as a young girl, that maybe she wouldn't have fallen into the path that she did. So she created this program around her love of running. So over the years, it's kind of become less about running, but more about empowering girls to just reach their full potential and feel confident and healthy and just embrace their uniqueness and just have a great time. And if they happen to develop a love for running, well, that's just an added bonus. So we don't require our girls or our coaches to be runners. We require them to just have a big heart, an open mind, and just passion for helping to empower young girls. And we also want our girls and our coaches to work together on setting goals and just moving forward. So if you walk or skip or hop or cartwheel, however you want to get from place to place is just perfectly fine in Girls on the Run. So I want to do a little exercise with you. It's actually the third lesson that we do with our girls during their season. So at this point of the season, they've spent the first week just kind of getting to know each other. In the first lesson, they set some team expectations, and they meet each other, and they often set a silly name for themselves. So they pick an adjective that starts with the first letter of their first name, and then they're like Trusty Trish, or Kind Kate, or whatever, throughout the whole season. And it's just a positive adjective that reflects who they are. Oftentimes that gets changed once they start to realize how good they are and how positive they are and how powerful they are, then they kind of change it a little bit. That's okay. So by lesson 3, we start to talk about your star power. And and where your power comes from and how your star helps lead the way in some of the decisions that you make, and how your star can help others in times of need as well. And how sometimes your star might get cloudy, and then we help you learn and work through how to just brush that cloud away and bring your star out again. So, there's plenty of cold brew, so if I get you way too relaxed, then just step right over and get yourself some more coffee. All right. So this is a lesson about activating your star power, and we're going to do just a quick visualization. So just make yourself comfy in your seat, and when you're ready, take a few deep breaths and close your eyes. Yeah, don't fall asleep. We'll just get you some cold brew. So while you close your eyes, take a nice, long, slow, deep breath in. As you breathe out, just relax your body, starting with your toes, move all the way up to your shoulders, and ending way up at the tip of your head. Imagine a night sky, and that sky is dark. And from your window, you look up at the sky and you see it filled with thousands of twinkling stars. So pick one of those stars and focus on it and make that star your own. Watch how your star shines brighter in the sky as you begin to focus on it. Your star is one of millions, and while all stars have similar qualities, there's no other star in the sky that is exactly like yours. Your star is truly beautiful and unique. You are just like that star. Although you are one of millions of people, there is no one just like you. There is no one who laughs like you, no one who dances like you, no one who thinks of the world in the same way that you do. So now I want you to reach up as high as you can, pull that star out of the sky, hug it tight to your chest until it becomes part of you and you can feel it shining in your heart. This connects your star to every organ and cell in your body and gives you a special power that at Girls on the Run we call star power. When your star power is activated, others can see it through the twinkle in your eye and the love in your heart. You activate your star power when you help a friend or when you sing at the top of your lungs. And your star power is the strongest when you're doing things that make you happy. Now imagine a cloudy night when you can't see the stars. Just like some nights there are clouds in the sky and you can't see the stars, you may have some cloudy times when it's hard to activate that star power. These clouds can make you say negative things to yourself, like I'm not good enough, and the more negative things that you say or that you hear, the thicker and the larger the clouds become, and you have a harder time remembering your star power. When this happens, remember that your star power still shines inside of you, right next to your heart. When you lose sight of your star power, there are different ways to activate it again. You might take a deep breath in and out. You might do something that you enjoy, like reading a book, listen to music, or go for a run. Sometimes you may not know how to activate your star power and you need the help of someone else. They might do this by giving you a hug, telling you a joke, or just listening to what's bothering you. So take a moment to feel your star power and see it shining. Remember that your star power is always inside of you, letting you know how truly amazing you are. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and look around and see the star power in each of your teammates. So this is a great way to help our girls kind of visualize where they can go and like how to kind of pull all their feelings together and where those feelings come from. So I think it's a really great activity to share with groups like yours, because what better partnership to have for Girls on the Run and Tupperware. You're a company that empowers women, and we're an organization that empowers girls. So what better partnership is there? Really probably none, right? All right. So think about your star power a little bit. I did pass out some information. I do have some bookmarks up here about, that reflect back on your star power. And if you're feeling a little bit inspired, you can draw a quick star on your paper and just kind of write something down that makes your star shine. And share it with a neighbor if you're so inclined. All right, so Girls on the Run. So when you hear that name, so many people think that we are a running program. And we're just so much more, which I've already kind of touched on. We use the physical activity of running or moving forward any way you choose around lessons on healthy lifestyle, positive body image, self-confidence, healthy habits, how to make friends. We talk in several lessons about our communities and what our community gives to us and how we can give back to our community. Our teams help each other design and implement a community service project every season, which is really quite great to see what 3rd through 5th grade or 6th grade girls come up with just on their own with a tiny bit of guidance from their coaches. It's really inspiring. These kids have huge hearts and huge star power when they do that lesson. All right, so myself and Erin, our 5K director and our communications person, had a meeting with Pam and Lori on, a couple weeks ago. And we just brainstormed all kinds of ideas. And then when we hung up from that meeting, I just was frantically jotting down ways that we could all work together. So we have an upcoming event, which some of you, I believe, have already RSVP'd for. We have a couple, actually. One is our Brews and Gym Shoes event. That event's going to be at the Hofbrauhaus in Cleveland on October 10th. And that's just kind of a bigger, more, hopefully, just a bigger party off of these Star Power Hour events that were like this one. So we'll have appetizers and drinks, and we'll have other staff members there and other volunteers for our organization that can share their stories and answer your questions about what we're all about. We also have our girls meet together twice a week for 10 weeks for about an hour and a half. And at the end of their season, they come together with all of the girls in Northeast Ohio, and they celebrate at a 5K event. This is a community event, and really it's just a big fun party. It's not competitive, it's not about who finishes first, it's not about how fast you can go. Every girl wears a number 1 on her bib, and every single girl crosses that finish line, and every girl crosses that finish line with a smile on her face. Because she has been working for 10 weeks on setting a goal and knowing that that's where she's gonna be at the end of 10 weeks. And nothing is more rewarding than standing there and watching these girls finish. I'm getting choked up a little. Because they work so hard. And even the girls that really struggle, and maybe they don't want to run or they're afraid they're not going to make it, the girls that are finishing ahead of them always go back. They'll line the street, they'll cheer them on, they'll run in with them, and it's just so empowering. So that is the Girls Empowering Girls that matches your Women Empowering Women. So it really is quite fun. But we've talked with Pam and Lori about how to get you all involved at our 5K event, so we're working on some of those things, perhaps having you all at our Gooder Village with an activity for the girls, or doing a power-up station, which is out on the course, just like one intersection of the course, just with signs and banners and pom-poms and cheering and just encouraging along the way. So we're still working on some of those details to see what will be the best fit. If you all want to be together in one group, that's great. If that doesn't appeal to everyone, we'll find a good fit for everyone. I did pass out this volunteer flow chart to everyone. If you didn't get one, I have more up here and I'll make sure you get one. This is just a little tool to help you kind of navigate around to see what might be the best fit for you as far as volunteering based on your time and your interests. And I'm happy to help you navigate through here. Our council and our organization cannot run without volunteers. Volunteers are truly the heart and soul of our organization. And without caring, compassionate people that are willing to donate some of their time, we can't reach more girls. So your help would be tremendous. Am I forgetting anything? Is there anything, Lori, that you think is worth mentioning? So Lori's coached for us before.
That if anybody wants to start their own team.
So if you're interested in starting your own team, I see some like, oh my gosh, I'm not a runner kind of look. You don't have to be, and you don't have to have kids. You don't have to be a runner. Again, you just have to have a passion for the program. Let me give you just a brief history of our local council. So Girls on the Run, like I said, is an international organization. Our council in Northeast Ohio covers 6 counties: Summit, Portage, Medina, Cuyahoga, Lorain, and Lake. I've used my finger. Yeah, we started our council about 13 years ago with a team of 12 girls. And we have grown so much that now we're in these 6 counties and we've served over 14,000 girls, which is pretty incredible. Yeah. So we're pretty proud of that. We have Robin Cutler is our executive director, and she founded our council with that first team of 12 girls, 3 of which were her daughters and 3 more were their best friends, and the rest were just girls that came from their school. Christy Spiegel manages our program and works with all of our coaches and our sites and helps to onboard them and make sure they have everything they need. I help recruit volunteers and do events like this and just spread awareness to the community about who we are and what we do. Then we have Erin Matthews. She's our 5K director, and she does all of our communications. So any emails you get, anything you see on our social media, that's all Erin. She's really good at that. She's very clever. We have a full board of directors, and they represent almost every county, which is great. So they really help us with funding and bringing in, finding other events and other places that maybe we haven't yet put our logo or put our name out to. And then Christy Fox is our development director. So she writes our grants and seeks sponsorships for our council. And I really think that's
All right, any
that's
questions?
it. If you have questions, I'm happy to answer. I'll even stick around for a little bit.
Questions? Yes, right here.
Do you want my headset?
You get to keep it for a while.
So is there a certain age for these girls, or is it with each individual school, is there like age groups, or is it just one Girls on the Run group, or?
So that would have been a good thing for me to throw in about the program, huh? So we serve girls in 3rd grade through 8th grade. Girls on the Run is the umbrella name for the program, but our elementary curriculum is Girls on the Run. And then we have a middle school curriculum called Heart and Soul. So that one dives a little deeper into more topics that middle school age girls face. So 3rd grade through 8th grade. Typically our program is ran after school in schools, but we do have a lot of community sites like YMCA's. We, last fall, we started our first team at the Brecksville Reservation in the Cuyahoga Valley Park, which was really, really kind of a neat thing. So these girls were just outside the whole season, and it was really neat to see how much the families became involved in getting active with their kids and asking questions about what the snack was. And, oh, my daughter loved the yogurt with granola, and like sharing those kind of things, they loved that. So, yeah, does that answer your question?
Ellen, I'm coming with the mic,
Okay.
so people that aren't here can hear what we're talking.
So for the volunteers on race day, are minors allowed to volunteer, like if they're in 9th grade through 12th?
Yes, yes. So we do have, it's called a junior coach program. So if kids that are 15 or older are interested, 16 or older are interested in volunteering with an actual team of girls, that's a perfect opportunity for them. And the girls love when the teenagers come. But yes, minors can volunteer at the 5K. Usually we say 15, but like my kids come under the supervision of my husband at a certain station. And we've had other kids come as long as there's an adult at the station with them. Yes, yeah. I think it's really important that we teach kids to volunteer, so thanks for asking that question.
Any other questions? Okay, so how might we volunteer? I mean, you've spoken about, when we talked together, we talked about us running a booth that maybe would be.
Yeah, so we can have you all, so we, at the 5K, we have an area called Goater Village. So Goater is just the abbreviation for Girls on the Run. In this area, there's tables with some of our sponsors set up and have different things that they hand out. We have some activities, so at one point, the girls were making crowns. We could do like a bling your bib station where they would decorate their race bib with their name or some jewels or whatever. That sounds right up your alley. Helping the girls paint their faces or spray paint their hair. It's typically done at their team pole when they come in. Every team has a pole with their team name all the way around the stadium, and that's their like home base for the day. So they typically do their face painting and their hairspray over there, but occasionally they'll come and want more because a whole head of pink is never enough. So we have that. You can help at a water station or a power-up station out on the course, and those people, like I said, we just put you at an intersection where we need to have some extra eyes to keep the girls safe, and you're just kind of cheering them on, but you're out there also to help keep them safe and let us know if anyone needs any help. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff. You can sell merchandise if you're interested. If you're feeling extra daring, you can work in the registration booth.
So how many girls register for the race
So this season, we have 53 teams of girls across our 6 counties that we cover. So we're gonna have, that's roughly about 800 girls, 300 coaches. Typically every girl brings a buddy runner or someone from their family to run. And then we have several handfuls of just community runners that sign up to do the 5K. So usually we have about 1,200 or so runners in the fall. And then our spring event, we have closer to 3,000. Spring's a big season. Fall's rough in Northeast Ohio.
Really?
Yeah. Surprise! Yeah. So.
And we can sign up to be like a buddy walker or
Sure. Yeah. If you know a team of girls, or you know a girl that's participating and you'd like to run with them, or are you
I'm with Lori.
with the Stowe team. So if you guys want to sign up to help and run with some girls from one of the Stowe teams, that's just fine. If you are a runner and you want to run a 5K and you want to also help us out, we will sign you up as a course monitor. We'll put a safety vest on you, and we will send you out to run with a wave of girls that goes out and be kind of some mobile eyes on the course for us. We'll give you a little fanny pack with some Band-Aids in it in case you need it. Yeah.
Keep it up with the girls, I'll need Band-Aids.
That's right, yeah. Lots of Band-Aids. Did you have a question?
Sherry has a question.
What's the best way to find out if our schools participate in this program?
I can look it up for you.
Okay.
So we do 2 seasons. We do a spring season and a fall season. So fall just started the week of September 9th. It'll run through November 10th, which is when our 5K is. They actually fall, they go 1 week after the 5K. And then our spring season will start the first week of March. But not every site or school does the program every season, so they may skip. They may skip one. What's the school? We have had a team there, but I will have to look up. I don't think they're on for this season, but I can look it up. And if not, we'll help you bring it there. Or we'll help you identify someone if you're not wanting, if you don't want to be the person that brings it there, we'll help you identify someone to bring it.
How many girls are on each team?
So, Girls on the Run International says that you can have up to 18 girls on a team. We try to limit it between 15 and 18. So for every 15 girls, you need 3 volunteer coaches to safely deliver the program. Our coaches can also be men, and not every girl has a positive male role model either. So it's important, even for men to sign up to coach. We will let our teams take up to 18 girls if they can have 18 girls if they can find one more coach. So if they have 4 coaches, they can have 18, and we max out around 18. We do have one school district in Rocky River, Kensington, and these girls come out strong. And every season that they come on, they fill the 2 teams that they originally said, then with 18 girls. Then they find 3 more coaches and they bring on a 3rd team. Last spring, they had 5 teams of girls. It's amazing. Yeah, and they just keep finding volunteers, and they're just really a strong example of
That's great.
outreach and recruitment for the program.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. I have a question. Can you just explain a little bit about how we're helping with the funding, and where does the funding come from? How is what we're doing helping Girls on the
So-
Run? Can you just explain that?
Sure.
Where it comes from?
It is very new to me as well, because we all learned at the same time that you did. But the water bottle, 10% of the proceeds from the water bottle come back to Girls on the Run. It's my understanding that they go to Girls on the Run International, and then they're sent to the local council where you are, because not every state is lucky enough to have this kind of group, right? Or every council.
Okay, so, you guys have, your office is.
Our office is located in Brecksville.
Brecksville, okay. So obviously, in order to run a program like this, you're gonna have to have some paid employees. You have to have an office and you pay rent there. But you have all the literature you're creating. It's truly an organization that runs on volunteers, but at the same time, you have companies that back it up, like Tupperware.
Right.
And another company is Justice, right?
Justice is a national partner, 31 Gifts.
31.
Adidas,
Mhm.
I know I'm forgetting someone. Caribou Coffee, which we don't have any of those local, which is the bummer.
Well, that's sad.
No, we don't.
Okay, and
So we
We used to, but we don't.
we don't anymore.
right.
No. So to circle back to your question about, how the funding works, so do you want, like, where it goes?
Yeah, like
So-
say I was a volunteer and I wanted to start my own team at the school.
Okay.
I know it says on here that we get, lessons, this is what you do and how you do it. Does the funding also come from Girls on the Run, and that's what we're helping?
Yes.
As Tupperware, we're helping
Yes.
fund that, and
Yeah.
then we get the money for the glitter aprons and all of that stuff.
Yes. So, in order to deliver the program to a team of girls, coaches need to be trained. So we host 4 to 5 coach trainings per season, and coaches come and they are trained. It's a 4-hour coach training. They need to be CPR certified, everyone needs a background check. We pay for all of that. We pay for all of that through in-kind donations or donations from fundraising through you all or individual fundraising. We provide everything that you need to deliver the lessons to your team of girls. So we give you a supply bag that has 3 curriculum books in it for your coaches. These are the books. So I'm really bad at math, but 3 books per 53 teams this season's a lot of books. And in the spring, we have 90 teams, so even more. So our curriculum costs are there. Everything that you need. You should never have to make a copy of anything. We provide curriculum packets that have all of the printed materials that you'll need to host the lesson. If it requires a tube of toothpaste, there is a lesson for that. Balloons, a spool of yarn, anything, paper plates, tape, markers, poster board, all of it goes into the bag. And you shouldn't ever have to make any copies or purchase anything to do your lesson. We also provide every girl and every coach with a program t-shirt. They get a water bottle. They get a healthy snack at every lesson, which I'll circle back to that because that's something that you guys are going to help us with. They get a healthy snack at every lesson. They get their entrance to the 5K, and they get a finisher medal. So all of that is what's included in all of those things, along with staffing and other programming needs, are what the donations are used for. Yeah.
So-
Sure.
So really quick, this is a free program
The program fee is $165,
for.
for the girls, but we do not turn any girl away for an inability to pay the full tuition fee for the program. So we offer, that's Christy Fox, she writes grants and seeks sponsorships, so that we can offer any form of financial assistance or scholarship to any girl that needs it. Some girls are only able to pay $10, and that's okay. We don't ask any questions. We just say, that's great, we'd be happy to help. We want your girl to be in the program. We don't ask any questions, we just sign her up, and she participates just like any other girl, and nobody knows. If we have a girl that doesn't have, if a coach notices there's a girl that doesn't have proper footwear to participate, so she's showing up in her little Mary Janes or some boots to every practice, the coach will let us know and we'll provide a pair of tennis shoes for her if she needs it.
So we can do private sponsorship.
Absolutely. Yep.
So I know you mentioned your national sponsors, but do you have local sponsors that you reach out to?
We do.
Do you have a list of those?